Welcome to Miscast Commentary's Movie Marathon.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
With two guys actually crazy enough to get this done.
And I have a bow and arrow.
Now here are your hosts,
Language!
Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Miscast TV. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray.
And we bring to you a little bonus thing. We've been talking MCU for what feels like 10 years. We started in January. We got an MCU movie while we have been doing this, so we got to talk about it, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been talking about the MCU for as long as they've started and then been making all of these fucking movies.
Yeah, I agree. And
And yes, we did go see Captain Marvel.
We did.
Marvel.
So yeah,
It was all right.
We went and saw it. Yeah, it was. I think the first thing I said about it was it had the very unfortunate luck of being the next movie after Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anything was going to.
No,
like,
it was Ant-Man and
yeah.
Wasp.
Oh yeah, and we know that because we freaking scheduled the way. Okay, but yeah. So, it's a hell of a standard to live up to. But holy crap, is it doing good business right now?
It's doing damn good business. And I'll tell you, I really like I have a lot of issues with the movie, but a lot of it comes from the narrative that I wanted them to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get pissed off, other people that do that kind of thing. And I realized when watching the movie that was my opinion, that I was like, not like they would ever let me make a movie, or I'm not saying I could ever make the movie better, but I would have made a lot of different changes.
Yeah.
But I did really like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I thought she was
fantastic.
perfect.
She was so
just
good.
like their casting, absolutely fucking perfect.
Saw a beautiful little clip of her actually at one of the premieres. A little girl was.
You just said, did you say clit?
No, unfortunately. No, she was being interviewed by this little girl at, I think it was like an Australian premiere or something like that. And she just like in a full gown just kind of gets down and is talking to her. And like she asked her what kind of superpowers she has. And her answer was, I can eat really hot food.
That's a good answer.
But then the little girl was like, I don't have any superpowers. And then she did like the cool girl power thing of course you have superpowers and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh man, you're the best.
She's like, little girl, you've got a vagina, and that's power. She's like, see that dork over there? That's my husband. And how do I rule him? With this.
Yeah.
She points to a gun next to her crotch.
Watch what happens when I do this. Drink, honey.
Yeah,
Do you know, I would give, like, I know so many people who would be so put off to, like, be, like, in the shadow of their bride and stuff like that. And
I'd
it's
be all right with that.
I am
Pay my bills, girl. Pay my bills.
I am so on board. That was like the whole Pete Davidson Ariana Grande thing. He's like, I live in her giant apartment in New York. He's like, all I have to do is keep food in the fridge.
That sounds good to me,
I was
man.
like, it's a sweet deal.
Well, until she loses and leaves you.
Well,
He's not hurting for a company. That's for fucking shit, that guy.
to me, he traded up.
I believe he also traded up. She's a man eater, though. She's a man eater.
Hey,
she likes him young, too. But who doesn't? All right.
Pete Davidson, I'm coming for you next.
Kelly.
He's doing great, isn't he?
Pete Davidson looks like he just rolled off of a gurney after after ODing. And then they boom, they zap him. He's like, I gotta go on stage. And then he wanders off. That's what he looks like. He's got fucking bags bigger than George Stroumboulopoulos.
Well, he's been through some drugs.
Take a nap, George Stroumboulopoulos. Jesus.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know him, although he did something in the U.S. George.
He drove through there.
Yeah,
he had to go pick up Rick Mercer at the Buffalo airport. Woo, that's for you, California. They're like, who the fuck is this guy talking about?
Deep Google. All right.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Captain
Marvel.
So it just crossed the 500 million mark worldwide already. It is doing
mad cash.
Fantastic. Today is Wednesday as we're having this discussion, and it's just like bananas. So we're talking like since Thursday.
Bananas.
But we did go see it on Thursday night.
Yep.
I was extremely tired. I was up at 4:00 for work, and then went and worked, and then came back and then met Todd up at the theater.
I was half to the wind. I had drank a liter of Tetra wine, which is a giant juice box for adults.
Yes.
And that's how you're supposed to see movies. That's what they recommend.
I
in
don't
the movie
think so.
going handbook.
It's
Just get loaded.
It definitely
and
helped.
then ask what's happening.
It definitely helped Todd keep our spirit alive. I have to talk through this whole movie, right? Because that's what we do together.
It's hard sometimes because I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know you're doing something wrong.
But the wine told me it's fine.
Yep, it sure did. That's what it's good for.
But we had a good time. It's actually the first movie we've gone to see with each other in years.
Yes, it was actually.
So
I liked it, actually.
I did. It was nice to have gotten
Yeah,
to
we
do that.
already told the old lady. I was like, we're going to Joe's coming. I was like,
Well,
yeah.
because usually what ends up happening is when there is a movie that we're gonna want to see together, you're gone.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm.
And
gonna
I
see it 'cause I'm not
tried to
gonna wait,
force
no offense.
him. I got the large popcorn so you could get the refill,
Oh
and
my
I tried to
God.
force him to eat as much as he could because it was a 10:30 movie.
Yeah.
The refill station closes at 10:45,
Mm-hmm.
so you got to suck down like half to 3/4 if you're gonna make it worth your money.
Okay, I need to explain myself too because I just kept telling you I felt like garbage, and it was
You just
true.
had like 5 Burger Priest burgers.
Yeah, I would.
So, like, well,
well,
yeah.
no, but I want to explain the whole situation because I was
Oh,
going to eat at a
God.
normal time. I had ordered food via one of the many food delivery apps, and it is one. It's DoorDash. Fuck you guys. Yeah,
DoorDash?
not Jordash.
Oh.
They make fine jeans.
Dorgash.
Oh yeah, those are the girls I order. But, no,
No, wait a second. Dorgash should be like hilarious like door ringers. It's like it looks like a vagina. Doo-doo, you know?
It's stuck.
Dorgash, yeah.
your door stinks. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So basically, this food delivery company that I've already named was. I caught them basically overcharging. They're like, all of our deliveries are $1, but
Oh,
they
that's right,
upcharge
yeah.
on every single
fucked.
item. Yeah, so
That shit's bullshit.
yeah, and I caught you because not only I went to the one restaurant on the menu and I looked and I'm like, all the prices seem high. So I went to that exact restaurant. I'm like, I'll just go myself and not pay the delivery.
Yeah.
And I went there and I'm like, oh, interesting that everything's like $1.50 cheaper.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
But
price of convenience.
But now-
getting cold, sloppy, gross food delivered to you.
yeah. But now here's the thing. They send me a thing going, we'll give you $10 off your meal plus free delivery. I'm like, well, I can't really say no to that. That was my fridge.
Nice.
It's got something broken, and I'm not gonna fix it. It's just to hell
Fuck
with
it.
Exactly. But the but yeah. So I'm like, well, the temptation's too high now, so I have to order. So I order from this place. I'm waiting, and you know how they've got the map and like the car going around and all that shit.
The temptation is too high.
Well, because it was
it's
just
reached like the level you're like, I can't do it anymore.
Well, because they're like, we're going to give you a ton of money off the food and we're not going to charge you for the delivery anyways, and everything's going to be great. And I was like, okay, well, I'm hungry.
Lies.
I'm hungry, so look, here we are.
Yeah.
Beats me using my legs. And then I ordered from the place. Oh, I hear sirens in the background.
Yep.
Today's
Does they have a
weird day of-
cafeteria or anything there?
There's a cafe up front at my work, and then there's a restaurant in the back, and then there's actually a cafeteria in the college next to us that we use because
What's the goddamn problem?
I
I
just
you don't want
wanna-
the same thing every
Well,
time.
it was also,
right?
but it was also late too,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So it was, so I ordered the food, and I'm watching everything on the map, and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden my phone rings, and they're like, oh yeah, they don't have what you ordered. So they're like, yeah, you will just.
He got all the way there to tell you to your face.
Yeah.
He's got the bag and everything. Here comes my food. He's like, oh, sorry. No, we don't have that.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
great. Thanks.
And
Thank
so,
you. And we're still charging you for delivery because here I am.
No, so they refunded my money, and that was all quick, and they
What
did
did
it
you
all
order?
properly. I originally ordered, it was like wings and garlic bread. That was the original thing I ordered. And now I'm like, I'm too fucking hungry. I'm not going to make it to just popcorn, which was going to be like
Right.
another 5 hours
You could have
later,
a piece
right?
of pizza, but yeah, you're right.
But it was too, like, it was. And then at that point, they closed down, like, there's the Loblaws too in the area, and they closed that down to, like, switch over and have dinner. It just became a whole thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna order something else. So I ordered a burger from a burger joint. Then I had to wait for that to come. So it was like almost right at the end of my shift that I ate. And then I was feeling kind of like, ugh. And then I come back and Todd's got this giant thing of popcorn. He's like, you must eat this.
Like this.
And he's like basically like, shh, eat it, eat it.
We only had 15 minutes.
You're not a fat enough pig, you fat pig.
That story you told
Yeah.
needed to be said, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that was imperative that
Did I
we
change the
knew
world?
why.
I'm sorry.
Like why you
sorry.
were full.
I
but
do-
I
I
actually
just-
do that all
yeah.
the time because when you
Yeah.
wake up like in the crack of noon, like I do, and then
Yeah.
you're not really hungry, and then you eat like 3,
Yeah.
and then the whole day's fucked.
Exactly.
Everything's fucked.
Exactly. And that
Right
was it,
over.
like, because usually when I'm at work, I eat at about 2:00, and then I can eat again like a little something when I get home around 8:30. If I didn't eat something too big before, otherwise I'll just go to bed and say screw it.
Oh, just
Screw
give
nutrition.
her, fuck it.
So, yeah. So anyways, that was all that stuff. But that's why I had such a hard time. And then Todd finally just gave up. And then what happened when you went with the popcorn? You went back to get it refilled? And
Oh yeah, because like I had the butter on there, and
Yeah.
then she just took the whole thing and threw it beside the popcorn maker machine, and then picked up a new bag and filled it all new, and I was just like, bah.
but it was
Yeah, it was like a
sweet.
butter going on in there, lady.
Yeah.
It worked out. It was all good. Like popcorn's way better like 5 days later.
Yeah,
Especially
oh,
when you
man.
find it in the parking lot of the movie
Well,
theater.
I was tempted to order popcorn for myself anyways, knowing I wasn't going to eat any of it, knowing I would bring it home and
Yeah,
eat it over
that's why you got to get the large. That's such a fucking waste. Like you only get the refill on the large,
Yeah.
which is like by the time you've
Well, it
done the
makes
large,
sense.
you feel ashamed,
Well, but
so
it
you don't
also-
want to go back.
But it also makes sense because why would they give you the refill on the small? Because then nobody would order the medium or the large.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess. Come
So-
on, fuck. They could still do the one, and then they give the X on the bottom of the bag.
Yes.
Like what the fuck? It's pennies.
Yeah. That you're 100% right.
pennies.
And it's the same thing with the pop too, which is why they do the refills.
Pennies
now
a
and stuff,
glass.
but
Oh shit!
trash in this
broken.
place. Don't
Look at
touch
this.
anything.
You see this?
They can't see this. It's-
I'll describe it to you.
I'll just
It's a
kinda
box
tilt it
with buttons.
You probably still can't see it. I don't know how I'm.
It's
pointing.
sexy.
Yeah, we got our new studio. We got our Rode
Road to WrestleMania, baby.
Rodecaster Pro. Love it very much. It's been great for us.
It's been great.
We've only
for
used
him.
it for we've used it for 2 recordings. It has been
I don't have
quite
to hear
helpful.
it now, so I'm like, right on.
Yeah. I'm not bitching about the post production.
Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say.
All right, but
I'm actually the bottom, power bottom, but
Oh.
we like our roles. We have our
power,
roles.
like he's broken some stuff on
Oh,
me.
yeah.
So power bottom.
Come on, let's get into the spoilers
Yeah, we
now.
gotta get into this. Okay, so ready? We are going to start spoiling this movie in 3, 2, 1.
Spoiling the movie now.
Okay, so right off the bat, the big surprise was that the Skrulls weren't the bad guys.
That pissed me off.
Yeah,
I did not like that.
I knew. Well, to me, it was one of those things because
Bait and switch, that's what they're doing.
yeah. Well,
I said it though. Remember the
Yeah.
movie? I was like, I leaned over. I was like, or maybe I said it to the wifey there.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, this is a switch. Like
Yeah.
people, there must be good Skrulls and bad Skrulls.
Well, and also it's just an introduction to them as a race. Like it doesn't
Right.
necessarily mean that they're not going to be the bad guys at some point.
But
And-
I think that's what's going to make it a bigger reveal because the last time we saw them, like, oh, they were good. And they're like, oh, maybe they're not.
yeah. I don't think that having Secret War works as well if
They're
you've
not.
already had them as the main bad guy in another movie. So it
Well,
was
no,
an
they can be the
inter-
main bag and lots of them. They're
Yeah.
Skrulls. They're cool as fuck.
And meanwhile, we've had the Kree introduced as bad guys.
Oh yeah, we had Buddy in there for 5
Because
seconds.
Ronan, but then on top of that, all the
but-
other guys who were with them were Kree, and then and then Shield. They had a big thing with Kree bad guys and stuff like that too. So okay, cool.
I'm all Creed out.
I'm all Kree. Well, and I think that was kind of your end. That was kind of your end to the Kree, I think.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I really enjoyed the simple little 90s references, like how long it takes to friggin' like upload something.
Right.
Or down, like,
Every
it's just-
song too. Wow, like you could really tell that this was like a feminist
Yeah.
finger quotes movie because like
Yeah.
every song was.
Yeah. And I didn't I wouldn't have minded that so much.
I don't give it doesn't bother me, but when it's so blatantly like
that was the thing. It was like it was a good soundtrack, lots of good tunes and stuff on it, but it was very noticeable. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm with you. It's kind of like when I guess the surprise of having all rappers on Black Panther. I don't know. But
I did not. I also do not like I wasn't the biggest fan of the movie. I'll watch it again.
Yeah,
but I don't like the whole narrative structure of the story either. With the blurry, like every fucking movie does that, where it's like I can only see a few pieces of this and that, and then it's slowly, and then it's like, wow, Annette Bening's the bad guy. Like, oh god, like who gives a shit?
Yeah,
and then she's so powerful in the end. It's like, holy fuck. She did look good in that suit though. She looked cool as Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Well, Annette Bening. Regular Annette Bening wasn't the bad guy, but then the vision of Annette Bening is part of the I can't remember the Enlightenment, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. It was like that was your main bad guy. So it's kind of fun for her. She was good in it too. I thought she was.
Annette Bening.
Yeah,
she's a great actress. Great. Yeah, no, she was good. Everybody was good in it. It just wasn't like I don't know, like the story they told. I was not the biggest fan of.
I didn't get enough Jude Law.
Yeah, I agree. You didn't get enough of anything. It was everything was really quick. I thought all the moments were rushed.
It was very fast.
And the moment it got to like, wow, she's like, she's got the glow from The Last Dragon.
It was,
you know,
when you got the glow, flow, you got the flow, glow.
That's right, man.
When you got the glow, I know all the songs, but none of the songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but it was, I don't know. I think the best part of the movie was the end credit scene.
Yeah,
where suddenly she's there with Captain America and
that was
standing
cool.
there.
That was really cool, and like everybody's super depressed and shit like that.
Everybody's always talking about how like, oh, the cat steals the movie, and I was like, no, he doesn't. Like,
no, it was fun. He was fun, but like it was.
And you knew it was coming from a while away, right when Buddy was like, you should not have that in this thing.
Yeah,
like you should not have that animal in here.
Get that out of here.
And what is the deal? What the fuck is that thing?
It was just another species. Yeah, it was just I can't remember Floridan or something.
But it seemed like it had more going on. Like it knew what was happening. It knew what it was doing.
Yes.
Like there was something going on with this thing.
I know. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna end up being like the guardian angel.
Yeah, or something, right? With tentacles coming out of his ass.
Yeah. I liked to, as dumb as it was, I just liked the Samuel L. Jackson relationship with the cat, where he's just like.
I like that too because you don't get to see him like that.
No,
but like I mentioned with you before too, was the scene where you find out how he got his eye patch.
Yeah,
which was funny. Pardon me.
Yeah,
but my God, the cat nearly takes half his face off.
Yeah,
and he's just like, oh goddamn, and then that's it.
I know.
And he's like, okay, you sit down here, you cute kitty.
Yeah.
And I was like, that cat just pulled your eye out of your head.
Tough as nails. He's fine.
I guess.
Like, think about that. Think about the poor girl from Hostel who got, like, her eye torched out.
She did that for real.
And of course.
It was in her contract.
That's what you got to do. But that's what, but I'm like, I just do everything relative to that.
Yeah.
Like, if I get poked in the eye, I'm like, I really shouldn't bitch because that lady had it hard. But it was, but that was a good thing. But then I started getting thrown off because we were talking about it later, and we were like, well, what's going on with the, like what he said in Winter Soldier? Because he was like, last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye. Unless he's literally saying he trusted the cat.
Yes.
Oh,
he says things
that's
that
so weird.
He's saying things that you need to for the moment.
Yeah. That's
he
fair.
says things, Coulson's death, like he uses moments to,
That's how I think Sam Jackson is in real life too.
That's exactly.
I think that's what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. Oh God, it was he was fun in it. The de-aging was really good.
Oh, that's probably why he didn't feel that. He had all that digital de-aging on his face, and it blocked the cat's scratches.
God damn, you ripped off some of my reference marks.
Exactly.
Motherfucking cat.
Okay, right.
And then the existence of the Tesseract.
Yes.
Was another thing.
Where was it again?
It was originally found in the ocean. I started looking into this because I was talking to my brother-in-law about it, and then I was like, didn't they find it when they found Captain America? Which totally throws off the whole timeline. I was like, unless they found Captain America in the 90s.
Right.
And then he was in that room for another 20 years before he woke up.
Right.
But no, they found the Tesseract before they found Captain America. We started like looking into it.
Right.
Like, we've got to know.
Yeah, because I read some things too afterwards that said that there was a lot of kind of holes that didn't match up to I'm sure they got it all under control. They're not going to allow that movie to come out and fuck up the whole thing. There.
But the basics of what happened are Tony Stark found the Tesseract in the ocean near the crash site of Captain America. Nobody was really looking for him because they thought he was presumed dead. And so they found the Tesseract, and he started the Pegasus program, which is the program, the Lightspeed program and stuff that they were dealing with in this movie.
Yeah.
So it's all cloak and dagger, but it was actually started by Tony Stark, and then she was the doctor who was finishing it.
Choke and gagger.
And he would have just recently died at this point, too.
Right.
I think. So that's probably why he wasn't present and she was finishing the job. So there. Movie solved.
They're done. You don't need to see any other ones now. Fuck it.
No real resolution with... It's so loud.
There's a plane landing on the balcony right now.
Yeah. It's the 210 from Orlando. But I was going to say, no real resolution with Jaimin Hunsu's character.
No. You got to see him for like 12 seconds.
You got to see him. Well, and there was nothing that said, I'm going with Ronin. There was nothing that led to the implants. Like, I thought he was going to get some kind of major injury or something.
That's what I thought.
That was
I thought that he was going to be one of the major bad guys in it, too. I thought he was going to be after her for some reason or another.
Or I thought that there'd be some kind of twist where you found out that he was working undercover on behalf of Ronin and the accusers. The other, because there's multiple accusers.
People accusing me all the time.
Exactly.
Shit.
Oh man, Hollywood and its accusers lately. Am I right, ladies? Come on. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun with the movie, but yeah, it definitely didn't. It wasn't an Avengers. It wasn't Black Panther. It wasn't a lot of these other ones.
If you drink a liter of wine, you will have fun wherever you are.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't do that.
I enjoed the movie.
I don't do that, so I'm just.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah,
but I was not impressed with it.
I think that
I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'd probably give it like a 7.5. But I would. I feel like this is going to be a movie very similar to Thor, where if we wait down the road,
this was building.
No, not Thor. Sorry, I meant to say Avengers 2.
They're building.
Yeah, they're building
on her and this whole thing, and that's just where they wanted to start.
It's gonna be, if you wait 5-6 movies down the road and then you come back and watch this, you're gonna see all the shit that it started, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
it'll have all the through that. Essentially, this movie was just a reason to kind of start that idea off.
But
couple of lines to go through, and then
but.
Didn't really seem like it was very necessary. I guess they had to introduce her before she showed up, but she could have just showed up in Endgame, and then we got
Well, Spider-Man,
and then we find out about her later.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Black Panther got their solo movies after.
Yeah, so she could have showed up, and then we're like, wow, who the hell is this? Just like the characters in the movie.
Yeah,
and then the next movie or a couple down the line, we'll get her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that they got it in first. It was.
You think people would not have liked it that way if they would have just been like, here she is?
I'm sure it would have been fine for the average person. I was happy to get it. I'm always happy to get another movie. I could care less.
I'm always happy to get it.
Right? Exactly. But Brie Larson did a fantastic job.
She did, I agree.
It was, and everybody did too. I don't know the names of all the other ones. Her like flying partner there.
Which was cool.
Good.
Yeah, they were all good.
Nobody. What's his face? Ben Mendelsohn. He was really funny.
That guy is fucking awesome.
He is really.
I think that guy. I don't know why, but I love him. I think he's a great character actor.
Yeah.
That kind of lispy thing he has.
Yeah, it was.
You think would like no, he always has it though.
Yeah.
But you could really hear it with the prosthetics.
Yeah.
Over his face and all that shit.
I thought at first it made me feel like I'm like, is the makeup that bad that he just can't talk? But then I was like, I feel like, I was like, I felt like they would have maybe done some ADR.
What Star Wars was he in?
He's in Rogue One.
Okay, so that one you can hear it. You can hear it there too.
It's not as
pronounced because I think something with the prosthetics on his mouth, the teeth or something.
Although I
really brought it back out.
I think there was a little bit of that, and I think he might have even put it on even just that much more to almost mask the fact that was happening.
But I think that man is a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
and obviously because he's already been in these movies, he's going to be huge, way bigger than he is. I think.
And he deserves to be.
He does because he's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, he was really. I was really, really happy with him in this movie. It's the weird thing about this. I think the thing that I had the biggest problem with was how rushed the movie was. Like you said, it was you never got a lot of like meaty scenes. You would have important scenes that went by quickly.
I'm surprised they rushed and even like Aquaman had a lot of plates spinning.
Yeah.
But they did it so properly. Like, you got everything you needed to.
Well, it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true. I
But-
really liked Aquaman.
Yeah.
I thought they did it really well.
Yeah. And that's all that matters.
But yeah, like I said, like it was a really rushed, and like I thought that the beginning part could have been had more with the Kree and more with the really building on her relationship with, like, and I know they showed the scene of the training and stuff, but it all just seemed like a by the numbers.
Yeah. Well, and I think
Like
it really,
tale.
I think it really shows you too why Marvel movies aren't under 2 hours anymore.
Fuck.
It was like, that was like,
The
that
credits aren't under 2 hours.
Exactly. I was like, that was the first one I've seen in a long time that was under 2 hours.
We're getting there. The next
Like,
one we're watching is like the biggest credit scene like I've ever fucking seen in the history of my life.
We're gonna have to a separate episode just to cover
Just the
credits. Yeah, so we are going to, I think, let you go now at this point.
Yeah, sure. We've ruined the whole movie.
Yeah, so
Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, comments below, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. I'd love to hear what you think it's setting up. I'd love to hear if you think it just
If you
did it ruin
really
your
liked
childhood?
it, if you really liked it,
Yeah.
then why? Let me know why.
Yeah, we're very curious, and we will
Buy curious.
and we'll read some of them. Oh, there it is. I'm not curious at all. I know where I'm at.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's we'll read the next time we do one of these chats. We'll read some of your guys' comments on the air. So
It won't take very long, probably.
No, nobody ever wants to talk to us. Fuck it. All right, we will see you guys next time. We're definitely going to be doing one for Infinity War. We do have other videos coming. We've just had a couple. We just had a couple of like reshoot issues that needed to happen, but they're going to be
Fucking
a couple of fun
amateur
ones.
hour over
We'll give
here.
you a little hint. It's called Miscasterpiece Theater, and we're actually recreating some favorite moments from Miscast commentary, monologue style. So keep an eye out for that.
Right on.
All right, we will see you guys next time.
Later, y'all.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.